Hello, we are live. All right, we are live from the arena for Roses 2017. The game we have now, we are watching the indoor hockey, that is women's seconds. We've started off with a pretty even game. Lancaster are looking to make an attack here. Roses, the York seems to have made an interception, but nothing has come of it. For the Lancaster team, the team is captained by Maisie King. She's also the Lancaster women's chairman, but she'll be graduating this year. Also on the team for Lancaster, we have Emily Stokes, Ellie Giorgio, Holly Wilson, Catherine Burns, Jade Woodford, Jessica Say, Naomi Ritty, and Beth Woods. All right, we've got Lancaster making an attack down the wing, and that's been foiled by York. Oh, Lancaster have got it back again, making a play down the wing. No. And again, it's a very back and forth game we have here. And as you can see, that was a shot made from outside the D, so the keeper let that go in. So it's not a goal. We're still at 0-0 here. Again, the Lancaster just flipping it back between their back two defenders, making a play now, and York have intercepted that. York making a feeble shot there. It's just fallen by the wayside. We have Rosie again. That's Maisie King defending there. Flipping it back between their back two defenders. All right, making a play. Cross to the left. Taking it down the wing. York really getting up there. York are making a counter-attack now, using those backboards. This is unique to indoor hockey. Outdoor hockey, there are no backboards. There's no sort of play like that. So it's all about being quite creative with the backboards. Oh, York have a chance. And it's nothing has come of it. The referee, the umpire, has indicated. I believe that's a long for York. So this is basically a sort of free hit. You're not allowed to take it in. Oh, and I believe that was a stick tackle. So that'll be a penalty against Lancaster. York taking that quickly, trying to get their shot off from inside the D. Lancaster foiling it. Maisie making a play down, and she can't quite make the pass there. York trying to go down the wing there. Lancaster's defenders blocking her well. Lancaster trying to get this back. Still in dangerous territory with the York attackers wandering around. And the player's been reset. And we're off again. A nice pass there through the York man's stick. And York gets it back. Yeah, Lancaster back in possession now after York have failed to make anything of that. And York now, well defended by Lancaster. This is quite an even game. We're still 0-0 here. Just about 5 minutes in. Now I believe the indoor games are, and the keeper kicks it nicely out there. The indoor games are 20-minute halves, so we're about a quarter of the way through the first half. Oh, and that is a short for York. The York crowd has gone mental there. York have a short, that is, against Lancaster. Now this is where it will be played from the side into the top of the D spot, and they'll attempt to make a shot. You can see the Lancaster defenders are dawning mass. This is really dangerous work. Might get a ball to the face there. They're readying up to take the shot now. Readying up. And it's off. Quick defenders there. Ball is up in the air, and that'll be dangerous. Oh, it's another shot. That's another shot for York. And that is a goal for York. Goal for York. We have gone 1-0 to York there. Lancaster will be gutted to concede this early in the game. You see those shots really put you in advantageous position to get something from it. Lancaster are going to fight hard here. The York crowd really giving them some pressure. Oh, and that's a ball. The ball has gone into the crowd there. Really dangerous to see. The ball is not meant to be lifted while in play except for a shot. This is why you'll notice that on the stands on either end, there are no crowds there. However, they will be filled for the basketball. York seem to have a chance here, wandering around the edge of the D. No, and Lancaster to get it back, trying to make a counter-attack. Oh, but that is defended. Oh, but that's given to Lancaster. Here we go, Lancaster take it quickly. Intercepted by York. She's stumbled over her feet there. Another free hit for York there. Taking it quickly again. Blocked. Ooh. Oh, and it's reset back to Lancaster. York, and that York lady can't quite control that ball, so it goes back to Lancaster. Well, Lancaster almost have an attempt there, and that's a long, I believe, to Lancaster. Lancaster looking to make a play here, using it off the backboards, and that is a foot that goes back to York. And the York lady passing it off to the other defender. Can I just get... And that's a long to York. York have made things that quickly, and they've fumbled it. And I think that goes back to Lancaster defenders to try and make another attack. York, as you'll see, are 1-0 up at the moment. And their hockey team, the women's second team, is captained by Phoebe Lenoir. I'm not quite sure on the pronunciation there. York defenders take that ball now. Oh, and it's swiped off by Lancaster. That's Maisie King there. Ball at the back, trying to make a quick play off the backboards, but that is intercepted by York. York trying and take it. Blocked by the keeper from Lancaster, definitely. Lancaster desperately trying to get it back, get it outside of their D and outside of dangerous territory. York supporters seem to be a bit confused there. They thought that was an advantage for them, but it's just gone to the Lancaster defenders. Almost a ball to Lancaster, and they've managed to hold it there. Lancaster just cannot get inside that York quarter, really struggling to get through the defense. And that's a 16 for York there. Now York, as I mentioned, was captained by Phoebe. The rest of their team, we've got Bethan Williams, Karen Hook, Emma Dalglish, Ruth Mason, Lucia Mira. On the screen, yes, you'll see Lancaster have gained the ball back again. Following on from Lucy, we've got Emma Ferguson, Millie Dyer, Izzy Whitby, Sophie Raffin, and an Una McDonald. Apologies to any women if I've mispronounced any of those. Lancaster defender getting caught in a bit of a tricky situation there, trying to quite dangerously take it across the front of the goal. There we go, Lancaster defender blocking that well, and that's back to the defenders for Lancaster. Here we go, Lancaster trying to make a play, trying to get off those backboards on the left to get it to their attack and really sort of making a nice incision to penetrate it there. Another good block by Lancaster goalkeeper, and York have gained another shot. You'll see the Lancaster put on the masks as they prepare for the shot. As I mentioned earlier, a short will have an injector on the corner of the pitch, who will play the ball in to the woman at the top of the D. Then they can choose to play it where they would like, and we'll see the umpire is asking the women to play on the other side of the goal there to the York injector. There we see the Lancaster women's captain of this team and chairman just speaking to the umpire now, questioning one of these decisions about the placement of the injector. And it seems the York injector has been asked to move the ball. That is a rather small win for Lancaster, but the crowd will take it. And she plays it in. Can she get the shot off quick enough? No, she cannot. Oh, it's gone to another York attacker. She spins and blocked by the keeper. And that had fallen by the wayside. We'll go back to the defenders there. Oh, and that has gone outside. I think we have a short for Lancaster. This is the first short for Lancaster that we've seen for this game. The Lancaster crowd getting rather excited by this. The Lancaster women there just discussing their options at the top of the D there, and she gets ready to inject. And the Lancaster women have injected. Can she get the shot off? She gets a shot off, but it's blocked by one of the York defenders, and that falls outside the backboards. That decision goes for Lancaster as they'll take a free hit there on the side. And that is a decision for York there. Is that another shot? Is that a goal? Oh no, that seems to be a question for a card, but nothing has come of it. And that's gone by the side. The keeper nicely blocking off her territory. Lancaster make a quick counter-attack, and nothing has come of it. The defenders try to take that quickly. The umpire asks her to move back a bit. That just disrupting the flow a bit of the game. I'm sure York will be a bit frustrated by that. We've got a decision for York there. York, and they will take, I believe it's a free hit from just outside Lancaster third. They play it, and that is questioned by the umpire. And York have been penalised for that. Lancaster take it, moving quickly up into their half. Can she get that ball back? now, and it has fallen by the side. Decision for York now. This is the first game that's being played in the arena. York's rather new arena. I believe the floor has recently been redone. This venue was opened at the start of this academic year, so still relatively new. The event from last year was played in the other sports hall in York, last year being the last York Roses. Again, we see no crowds are at either end on those grandstands, as the ball is generally not lifted except for shots. Therefore, that would be the dangerous area. However, we still get the occasional lifted ball and foul and play to the side, which of course is a bit dangerous for the crowd. They sit there at their own risk. York have another free hit here, playing it from the halfway line. The York attacker not quite managing to get past the Lancaster defenders there. It is played back again from the halfway line. After this game, we'll see the men's seconds, and that is quite the shot from way outside there. Again, you can't score from outside the D, so they've attempted to get the deflection, but that's not happened in this case, unfortunately. So it gets played from Lancaster. The defenders just moving to where that free hit can be played. She quickly moves in, tries to play it off the backboards, tries to get that ball back, and she has not managed to do that, but she's gained a free hit. Maisie King playing that, their captain. Playing a good ball to Lancaster on the right, but she can't quite get through those two York defenders. Lancaster again taking possession again. Some confusing play there, and that goes into Lancaster's favour. This will be quite useful for them. This will be a long. I'd say a long isn't quite as useful or as advantageous as a short. Still, it allows the attacking team to kind of slow down play, get their players up there. And she cannot quite get that ball in to get the deflection, and it quickly goes to the other end, and nothing's come of it. That York runner's wasted a bit of energy there. Hopefully you are watching us live from roseslive.co.uk. We'll be broadcasting all of the indoor hockey. We've got the women's seconds on currently. The score is 1-0 to York. Lancaster conceded after a second short in a row. Not sure if you can see it. The coach there in view. That is Lancaster's coach, Daniel. He has coached the Lancaster team for 2 years now. Obviously, I'll be gutted to see York go behind like this. And we have a short now for York. That's from a foot. We can see the Lancaster defenders putting on their masks. And we see the York attackers just discussing their options at the top of the D there, seeing what sort of play that they will make. Most common option for a short being that the ball is injected from the side to the top of the D and hit into the goal. The ball is played in, and she passes it onto the left, makes the shot, and I believe that is it's going to be played from the back for Lancaster. Oh, and the Lancaster are on the edge of their seats there as the ball is almost led into the net there. York quickly attempting to defend to rectify this, making a counter-attack. It's a bit of a tackle there, but it's gone to Lancaster. Lancaster's just easing their way into the York half, and that ball has not come of anything. And we break for half-time here in the arena, and we finish the first half of the women's seconds at 1-0 to York. That is 1-0 to York. Yeah, we are currently on and yep, we are currently in half time. You'll see that there are 20-minute halves, score bar shown there. 1-0 to York. Lancaster will be gutted to concede. They are, unfortunately, don't have the best record for hockey, either indoor or outdoor. Hoping to hopefully make a change to this in the second half. Yeah, we are half time here at the indoor hockey in the arena with the women's second game. York are 1-0 up. I have a Fionn Robinson here. She's a hockey umpire and plays for the Lancaster team. She's going to quickly give us a rundown of some of the rules and the intricacies of hockey.
Okay, so the main difference between indoor hockey and outdoor hockey is indoor you can't hit or lift the ball in any way. Even just a centimetre off the ground, it's got to stay completely flat and no weight behind the ball. We've had quite a few short corners in this game. That's when the foul is given away in a D in front of the goal. So the ball get injected out and have to be flicked into the goal to score. It's quite a small pitch in comparison to outdoor where you can use the boards and no boards on the back line.
Thank you, Fionn, for that rundown. Yep, hopefully we'll be getting underway with the second half soon as Lancaster look to try and get back on their conceded goal against York. All right, we are looking to get underway with the second half here down at the arena. All right, we're about to commence pushback, and we're off with the indoor hockey. Oh, and that's a false start, it seems. All right, and now we are going. York now playing from the other side, trying to make a play off the backboards there on the right. They seem to have struggled. Lancaster getting it back, still in dangerous territory with the York attackers, and that shows they've managed to play an attack, trying to weave their way through the defenders, and the goalkeeper blocks that rather easily at their feet. All right, we now have another short for York here. They're going to inject it from that far side from us down in the commentator spot. Plays it in. Defenders quickly rushing, but they've played it to their attacker on the side. She's not quite managed to dribble it in. Lancaster wanting to play it quickly there, but the play slowed down by the umpire. Ball going back between those two defenders. Maisie really hoping to try and get a goal back here for Lancaster. York are moving it back between their back two defenders. Not quite managing to make anything from it. All right, and we're going to go take the ball from the defenders again here. That's for Lancaster, just moving it back, slowing down the play, taking it at their own pace. Play tries to move in, but Lancaster attackers almost managed to get on the end of that, but she has been foiled by the pressure from the York defender there. York makes a nice play around that Lancaster defender there, playing it off the backboards. Again, this is rather different to outdoor hockey. You won't get those boards. Lancaster makes a good shot there, but it's blocked by the York goalkeeper, I believe. The Lancaster and York hockey clubs both have a total of 3 teams for their men's and women's each. However, in indoor hockey, we only play the seconds and the firsts against each other. There we go, the ball lifted slightly there. Maisie being quite cautious, not letting it touch her feet. York applying good pressure there, but it's not quite paid off here. Lancaster now taking it roughly just at the edge of their third, trying to make a play in. And it's been forward York. Oh, Lancaster gained possession here. Trying to get the shot off, making a turn, not quite managing to get... Oh, and that is a very close attack there. Lancaster will get a short for that. That'll be very good for them. I believe that is the first short for Lancaster of this second half. That'll be their second short of the game. Far less than York's. I believe it's far more shorts than they have had, roughly 7 shorts. Lancaster will be very keen to try and make the best use of this that they can. Here we go, the York attackers already on the edge of the D there. Injector plays it in. That is not a particularly quick ball. She weaves around. Can she make the ball in? No, she's been forward. But oh, she gets the ball back. And I believe, is that another short? We're not quite sure here. And it is another short for Lancaster. They'll really try and make good use of this. And the ball is injected into the top of the D. Can she get the shot off? Almost. Oh, and that was almost an open goal there, but the York defender just beat the Lancaster woman to that ball, unfortunately. We saw a good shot played in there by the Lancaster attacker, but that was blocked by one of the York defenders rather well on the left of the York goal. Again, I hope you're watching here on roseslive.co.uk. We'll be live streaming for the rest of the afternoon, all the way into the evening, to broadcast the opening ceremony, which will be the basketball. After this game, we're in the second half. We'll have 3 more games of indoor hockey. That'll be the men's seconds, women's first, and men's first, in that order. This game is a game of 2 20-minute halves, about 40 minutes in total. We should be getting underway with the game after this at roughly 2:15. We pushed back with this game at 1:15 on the dot rather nicely. York playing it between their defenders there. Lancaster, almost making an interception, but unfortunately it goes back to the York defenders. And the York attacker foiled there, the umpire denying her opportunity. Play seems to have slowed down from the initial conceded goal near the start of the first half. We haven't had any goals in a while. We certainly had plenty of shorts. Lancaster making a substitution there. We'll quickly run through the team for Lancaster as play makes a bit of a pause. We have, again, as I've mentioned, captained by Maisie King. We also have playing Emily Stokes, Ellie Georgia, Holly Wilson, Catherine Burns, Jade Woodford, Jess Cassane, Naomi Ritty, and a Beth Woods. We see it played between the 2 Lancaster defenders, women's here. And that play is blocked by the York crowd, getting rather excited with that air horn on the side there. Surely to try and motivate Lancaster to really try and get back a goal. With Roses here, as it's always been, if teams were to draw on points, draw on the score in the game, the points would be split. And that's a short for York there. Lancaster will be gutted, yet putting themselves in yet another dangerous position. York at the top of the D, just discussing their options there. There we go, the York attackers just lining up outside of the D. The ball is injected. Oh, and that is poorly played as she misses her attacker. That opportunity is completely wasted. York will be gutted not to be able to use that opportunity to gain a larger lead against Lancaster there. Lancaster just holding the ball on the halfway line, and it failed to play in. York have played it in, and it is a goal for York. That takes them 2-0 up there. Lancaster will be gutted. It's going to be really struggle to get back in the game now as they go 2-0 behind. York crowd really getting riled up here. Lancaster play it quickly, trying to get the ball back into the York half. She attempts to dribble through them, and nothing quite comes of it. Lancaster still in possession, and they lost possession there. Oh, and the umpire has unfortunately denied them. The York defenders will now take it from the back. The York defenders will probably... Oh, and she has tried to inject the ball straight in, but that has not worked. Lancaster have gained possession there. She runs it around the side. The umpire denies her. I believe that was a stick tackle for Lancaster. York now being able to play it from roughly halfway. Playing quite a slow ball there, try and get around the Lancaster defender. And again, that decision's gone against Lancaster to have a free hit for York on the halfway line again. Lancaster intercept that ball quite nicely. Maisie King attempt to weave around them. She makes a shot in, and unfortunately blocked by the keeper rather needlessly, as it was still outside the D. Lancaster shooting in rather annoyed now as their team is still behind. Oh, just a slip from the Lancaster player there, unfortunately. And that's a decision for Lancaster now. They'll play it between those back two defenders. And she tries to find that opportunity, try and find that ball in, and try and get that goal back, get some momentum going for Lancaster. Oh, and that is a failed attack from Lancaster there. York will quickly move on the counter-attack, but it's denied by the umpire. The umpire asks them to take that from the back line again. And players rather sped up now. We've seen Lancaster concede another goal, unfortunately, in the second half. Time ticking away. We've got roughly 10 minutes, about a quarter of the game left of this 40-minute game, split into two 20-minute halves. Normally, for outdoor hockey, a half is traditionally played on 2 35-minute halves, the half being shortened as the game is just so quick and so intense. Players don't really have the energy to keep up for that long, even with their substitutions. And that's again a win for York as they are able to make a shot. They just convene there at the top of the D there, trying to make their decision what kind of play that they will make. They'll hope to not ruin this chance as they did last time with their injection. The injection now being played from the opposite side. I think we can see the Lancaster coach just having a little chat with the Lancaster defenders there as to what sort of play they're going to make. No doubt they'll make use of that as they can. We see a couple of them adorning mass. This is dangerous play. Shots can be lifted when making a shot. Ball is played in. York attempts a shot, and that is unfortunately foiled by the Lancaster defender there, by the front runner there rather well. But unfortunately that will go to another shot. The York women getting another shot, but still not quite managing to convert it quite as well. My mistake. Their first goal was from a shot. They'll certainly be hoping to try and replicate that with this. Ball is played in. She plays it to the side, makes the shot, and that unfortunately goes to another shot for York. Getting a stream of these in a row. Not quite managing to convert it. They did in the first half. The injector gets ready. Just getting ready. There we go. Ball is played in. And goalkeeper kicks that out rather nicely onto the other side of the pitch. Just quick summary. We are live here for Roses 2017 from the arena. Recently opened at the start of this academic year. Catch us on roseslive.co.uk. Lancaster have an opportunity here, but it's blocked by the goalkeeper. Can she gain another opportunity? And it goes to a short for Lancaster. That'll be very useful for them to try and gain some momentum against York in these last 7 minutes of play. Just convening there at the top as York we've seen do before. Trying to make this really count if they've not had many opportunities for short, unfortunately. Maisie King just getting ready at the top of the D there. Ball is played in a bit slow. Can she get that shot off? Not quite. York will be pleased they've managed to crush that opportunity. And that goes to another shot. Lancaster crowd rather pleased about that. Coach obviously gutted that they are 2-0 down with roughly 5 minutes to go for the women's second indoor game. Ball is played in. Can she get off quickly enough? And she cannot. York make a counter-attack. Can she get around them? Lancaster get possession back, but that unfortunately not gone their way. I think that was a foot there. York will play it from the halfway point, trying to get another goal up. A bit more advantage on Lancaster. And then it's just played to the backboard baseline. We see a rather interesting play here as Lancaster go all out. We'll see the Lancaster defender is adorning a bib to denote their goalkeeping privileges as they move from being a goalkeeper in the net to removing their kit and adding an extra player in the sort of outfield possession, if you will. York trying to ignore that extra man, and yet York have managed to gain another shot. Maisie having a quick chat with the umpire there, perhaps questioning their decision. I will notice that this has really put Lancaster in an awkward position as they have no goalkeeper. Well, their goalkeeper doesn't play with their full kit, but they are able to play for the entirety of the pitch. York will, as I say, try and really make an advantage of this, trying to get them 3-0 up. Ball is played in. They're sort of poorly controlled there. Lancaster will be relieved that that pressure has gone away. Really trying to make use of that extra man here. We've got less than 5 minutes to go here. York in possession, trying to play it in, and Lancaster gain an opportunity here. Really pushing the clock here. Maisie can almost control it. Oh, and Lancaster making use of that extra man. Can she get round? Unfortunately not. As York go 3-0 now. 3-0 to York with the women's second indoor hockey. Lancaster will be gutted now. It's really looking bleak for Lancaster. Despite bringing out their extra man from goalkeeping kit, they still haven't managed to make anything from it. And Lancaster getting a short there. Umpire up in arms about the confusion of this decision. Lancaster attackers just convening there at the top of the D, trying to decide what sort of play they'll make, trying to gain a lot of momentum here, trying to sort of gain a goal from the time they have left. Well, I think we're waiting on the York defenders just to withdraw her mask, and we are still waiting. And the ball is played into Lancaster, and she's trying to make her way around the defenders, but unfortunately the keeper has blocked that rather well there, and the decision goes to York now. York defenders, ladies, she's trying to play out the backboards, trying to get the ball around the enemy lines, but that doesn't matter if they've gained a free hit from the halfway line now. And unfortunately that goes to against York. They've failed to make him convert. Now Lancaster gain an opportunity to try and get some momentum. Playing it off the backboards there. And it's not worked. It's gone back to the York defenders. I think that's the Lancaster crowd there really trying to drum up some enthusiasm for their team. Can Lancaster gain something? No, they can't quite weave. She's just stumbling there. The Lancaster player seems injured, having to defend regardless, and that has not worked. As York, women's seconds indoor hockey, go 4-0 now, I believe. 4-0 to the York indoor women's side. Lancaster will be surely attempting to get a goal from these final moments. That's a swing and a miss there, and we take a shot there, but she just misses the goal there. That'll be played from the Lancaster defenders. York, I imagine, not particularly worried about trying to retain possession or wasting time. Just pleased with their 4 goals. Comfortable lead there. Lancaster really trying to put the pressure on, gain a goal back. And that's a ball to York there. We're almost running the clock down here as we're going to the final moments of the game. York have an opportunity here. She just plays it around to the left. And it goes to the top of the D. And Lancaster gain possession back. And they'll get a free hit for that. Free hit from about the halfway line. I imagine trying to play this as quickly as possible. Ball goes lifted. And that is time. That is the first women's indoor second hockey going to York for a easy 4-0 lead there. We see the York women are rather pleased with that. The crowd cheering in support. Lancaster obviously gutted.